To create an Android parental control app with basic features, you'll need to follow a series of steps. Here is a high-level overview of the process. Define the basic features. Determine the specific features that you want to include in your parental control app. Some common features may include app blocking, web filtering, screen time management, and location tracking. Set up a development environment. Install the necessary tools and software to develop Android apps. This includes Android Studio, the official integrated development environment IDE for Android app development. Create a new Android project. Start a new project in Android Studio and configure the project settings according to your preferences. Choose a suitable name for your app and set the target Android version. Design the user interface, the UI. Create a user-friendly interface for your app. Use XML layout files to design screens that will display the app's features and controls. Implement app blocking. To block specific apps, you'll need to utilize the Android Device Administrator API. This API allows you to restrict access to certain applications on the device. Incorporate web filtering. Implement web filtering by intercepting and analyzing web traffic. You can use a library like WebView to display web content within your app and apply filters to block inappropriate websites. Manage screen time. Use the Android Alarm Manager class to set timers and schedule notifications to remind users or limit screen time. You can also use the Usage Stats Manager API to track app usage and enforce time restrictions. Add location tracking. Integrate location tracking by utilizing the Android Location API. This allows you to periodically fetch the device's location and provide location-based features like geofencing. Implement parental controls. Create a secure login system for parents to access the app's settings and configure restrictions. You can use authentication mechanisms like username and password, or biometric authentication. Test and debug. Thoroughly test your app on various Android devices and versions to ensure it works as intended. Debug any issues that arise during testing. Publish your app. Prepare your app for release by generating a signed APK file. Create a developer account on the Google Play Store and follow their guidelines to publish your app. Remember that developing a complete and robust parental control app involves much more than the steps that we have just outlined above. You will need to consider factors like privacy and data security and compatibility with different Android versions. It's also important to stay up to date with the latest Android development practices and guidelines that are provided